Hi everyone, it's me Darlene. I am sitting here chatting with you because it's a video that I just feel like doing. I just feel like sitting down and chatting. And I'm stressed out over that because I have videos that I have to do, like the ending of the mystery quilt block, quilt top, that is done, but I need to take pictures of it and just put it on eBay. I don't feel like doing that. I don't feel like setting that up right now and do a final video just letting you guys know it's on eBay. I don't feel like doing it. I just don't. That's what I hate about series. I'm good at like getting them almost all the way to the end. No, I will say that I have done many series and I have finished them. There are a couple that I didn't. But it can take me a while, and I still feel bad about the 2-inch square king size quilt top that I knew I wasn't going to like come up with a way to back it so I could keep it. I want to keep it, but I don't want to do anything other than just have it folded up in the closet. And I told you guys I would put it on the bed. I never get around to it. I just don't. When I think of it, I don't feel like doing it. So, yeah, and there's maybe some other videos that I need to wrap up, and I have a crochet thing with the scrap yarn. Remember that I was just tying knots in one video? I'm so addicted to cutting pieces and pulling them out of a box randomly that I made enough yarn to actually finish that little mini Afghan without showing you at all how I did it. So I will do that too. I do want to show the moss stitch again. I don't know if I'll put that in my 100 Darlene's crochet stitches, because moss stitch is a stitch. I didn't just come up with it, but maybe I could do it only because I think I do a 1-row repeat, and I think moss stitch is usually a 2-row repeat. I don't know. I'll figure it all out. I think I'm going out tonight. That's the plan. The plan was that I was going to go alone and be with my girlfriends, and Joe could just stay home because he had a rough day yesterday, maybe a couple of days, and because it has been so long since he's been on his bipolar meds, I wasn't catching the fact that I'm pretty sure he's in a bipolar hypermanic thing. He's going through a little episode, and yesterday was rough because he doesn't mind that I talk about it, but a lot of people who are bipolar, when they're manic, they can think stuff has happened that didn't happen that way, but they're convinced it happened that way. And I was like upset because I was like, what are you talking about? And then when I realized, I was like, oh, wait a minute, I forgot that, he could need maybe a change in his meds or things like that. And I didn't think about that until after hours, after the afternoon, and it was too late to call his psychiatrist. Then I started being sad, and then there's times that I'm just sad and mad at the same time, because it's a lot when you're dealing with someone who's bipolar or any kind of, thing, especially when I have a lot of things, you know what I mean? I'm not like all stable in every way. I can be tough to deal with. So then I had to take a step back and say, I can't be mad at him because, this isn't his fault, most likely. It's hard to determine, are they just being a complete asshole, or is it bipolar kicking in? And I'm going to choose to believe it's bipolar kicking in. And so I did say to him, if you feel well enough to go out tonight, we can go out. It's going to be a short night. I'll probably stay one set. it's at a venue where they have the doors open, and I do not like that because I don't like feeling like I'm outside. I don't want the heat, the humidity, and the cigarette smoke to be bothering me while I'm out dancing. But I might go. I think it would be good for me. Yesterday was very difficult, and I went to a meeting alone today. We were supposed to be having an inspection today. Like once a year they come in and they just look around at everything, and they don't want your pets loose. They have to be confined, but not like in a room. Like we can't just put Rocket in this office and shut the door because they want to look in the office, and so Rocket would have to be in a kennel or something. He doesn't have any of that. So we had two choices: take Rocket with us if we both went to a meeting, but it was too hot, and we know we're not doing that, and or one of us stays home. So I told Joe, why don't you stay home? He was still manic this morning, and he went to an 8 a.m. meeting, and that's another sign, is that he never took a nap yesterday. He was just all manic, making phone calls, doing all kinds of stuff, and coming and going, and so I told him today, when he came back, I said, why don't you stay here with Rocket in case they come, and I'm going to a meeting that I used to go to. It's right here in Hernando, and I haven't been for, I would say, a few months, maybe a little longer, and it was their potluck, so I made some pasta salad, and, he was good with all that. He's like, yeah, I'll just stay here. So I was glad that he was going to at least get some rest. He seemed like he was able to, take a nap, and that's his usual. So I went alone and saw a lot of people that I haven't seen in a long time, and I brought the pasta salad, and then when it was time to eat, I got up, and I was like, what am I doing? I got up because I always make Joe's plate because we don't want him to trip and fall with his plate, and I just sat back down, and it happened that the person next to me wasn't eating either. And, I'm not uncomfortable if I don't eat at a potluck. I mean, that's just ridiculous. And I didn't want to eat because I knew I had some leftover food to eat today for my lunch, which I put on my Facebook page, and I think I might stop. I have been doing that, I think, for 6 weeks. Posting every day what I ate, and people don't engage with those posts anymore, so I might stop. And I'm thinking of doing a Monday meat day or meat day Monday. I don't know which way I'm going to say it. And I thought it would be cool if I could say every Monday, anybody who wants to eat just meat, whether you're carnivore already, ketovore, keto, or just never had any of those vores, never vor. If somebody would like to commit to eating just meat, any meat at all, except I would prefer not the processed stuff, but beef, chicken, fish, pork, bacon. Even though bacon, people think it's bad, it's not all horrible. Many carnivores live off bacon. And no dairy, just meat and animal fat of your choice, whether it's actual animal fat trimmings that you can get from a butcher, which I can't get anywhere, or butter, or clarified butter, tallow, ghee, whatever you want. And I thought that would be cool. Maybe a few people would say, okay, I can do one day. I'll try one day, and you can eat as much meat as you want. Anyway, more on that later. So I did not want to eat at the potluck, and it was nice. It was the speaker meeting, and 2 people got their coins, one for 45 years, one for 4 years. And it just felt good. It felt good to just be on my own and doing that. I didn't really feel like going, but I had said that I would, and I am very glad that I did. I don't really feel like going dancing tonight. It's not my thing, with the humidity and stuff, but I thought I can go. It's not far. There's no cover charge. It starts at 8, so that's an early night, and I can get through one set and then come home. So I don't know yet what Joe has decided, if he's going to go or not, but I am going to force myself to go, and I will have fun. I have girlfriends that will be there, and so that's that. And so, and I did call Joe's psychiatrist today, and we have an appointment for, this is a Friday, we have an appointment for Thursday coming up. So that's not too bad, and of course if they get an opening, they'll let us know. But last night I wanted to bring him to the treatment center, but he refused, and I get it. He, at the treatment centers, they are not allowed to be in their bed or their room at all day. I don't know, like maybe starting at 8 a.m., I don't know, maybe even earlier than that, until it's time that they are allowed to go back into their rooms in the evening. They sit in just chairs, not love seats, not sofas, they have to be in this common room and sit in chairs all fucking day. I couldn't do that. And so I did call to say, look, do you have any exceptions at all for someone who has neuropathy, diabetes, that's a big one, brain atrophy, he's a fall risk, and he has a lot of aches and pains. I knew they were going to say, no, we can't, because they're not a medical place. So I said, if I were to take him to the ER, will they take him in and treat him there? She said, until they find a treatment center, and then they'll send him there. And all the treatment centers are pretty much like that. And, this is a place for alcoholism, drug addiction, mental health, that kind of stuff. And I'm not considering that for him for anything to do with drinking or drugs. He's clean on that stuff. It's mental illness. Because when I say a treatment, they're like, oh, what is he drinking again? No. Treatment centers for people who are just nuts. Okay. And he's very good when he's going through the bipolar stuff to not drink or drug. He really takes that very seriously. And so I'm glad I don't have to worry about that for him. And then he called one that was like 2.5 hours away, and they said they would take him and this and that. And then they called, and they called back to confirm about the insurance. And then I talked to them, and I said, what about, how are they spending their days? Are they in a chair? And she said, yes. She says, that's the way we do. And I told him, I said, do you want to be in a chair all day? He said, well, maybe they have more comfortable chairs. I was like, not going 2.5 hours each way. So I, told him I will at least call your psychiatrist in the morning. And I did that today, right after they opened. And I feel comfortable enough right now. He's not manic and going nuts and all that stuff. I have 2 new cameras in a box with hopefully some tiny, tiny screwdrivers that are tiny enough to fit in the camera. I would not attempt to work on this camera because right now this one still records, and I can get the sideways and upside down screen if I'm plugged in while recording, and of course, somebody was screaming, TV, and of course I have to have the memory card in. So I'm pushing my luck with this though, because sometimes I can't get it to work. But I have tiny, tiny screws so that I can try to undo one of my other 2 cameras with the black screen that doesn't work at all. So if I screw that up, that's okay because they don't work at all. To see if there's a cable ribbon, something like that, or camera ribbon. There's a ribbon that deals with the screen that goes 270 and opens this way and can turn this way. I guess it's very common for those to get either the cable breaks or gets tangled or just falls off. So I want to open up one of those cameras. I don't think the screwdrivers are going to be the right ones because I can't get the absolute right ones, but I'm going to give it a try. But as for the other 2 cameras, I think I've had that box 2 days now, maybe 3. I am so just prepared for just disappointment that I don't even feel like looking at those cameras. Now I went up in price, and I'll keep going up in price, but not too much. If I have to pay $1,000 for a camera, I will consider ending my YouTube career, because I am not making anywhere near as much as I used to make on YouTube. And I would have to just find some kind of cheapy camera that might not allow me to do close-ups. These both are supposed to have optical zoom as opposed to digital zoom. But I have learned that even in the specs at Walmart, they can make mistakes. So I need to first just look at the two boxes and see what they're listing on the boxes. Can't always see that on the Walmart images. Sometimes they don't show. I would like them to show every part of the box so I could read the box. So yeah, but I'm willing to, climb a little bit. I'm hoping the $400 one will at least let me zoom and stuff. And it comes with an external microphone. That almost worries me, because that makes me think that I'm going to have to use that. I don't know. I'm just so tired of all of this. But I refuse to buy something that I'm going to regret. Yeah, okay. I will do that hopefully tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to any meetings tomorrow because, oh, that's right, we have the potluck, the big one, tomorrow night at our favorite group. And it's at a different place than the meeting group. And there's tons who come from all kinds of meetings. It's the biggest potluck there is. And I don't know if I will eat. It depends on what I do for lunch tomorrow. If I wanted to and I wasn't hungry, I could do just my fat to get me through to the potluck, and then I would just hope that there's some kind of chicken that's not breaded or whatever. And if not, I would just wait and come home and eat after if I need to, or maybe I could do a whole day of not eating any food. I'd like to do that. I'm interested now in the fasting. I thought when you fasted you couldn't have anything, but they consider it a fast if you eat just, certainly if you're eating one meal a day, and my meals are not that big because I have no appetite anymore. I'm going to talk about that more too, the fat adaptation and the fasting, and it's just all so interesting to me now. And I'm okay with that. I was taught as a carnivore you don't do the fasting, but I thought it was vastly different. If I'm eating one meal a day, I'm really good with that. Even if I was eating 2 meals a day, it's considered fasting, even if you go like just 12 hours without food. Like there's one fast that is like 12 hours where you can eat and then 12 hours when you don't eat. And I'm like, doesn't everybody do that normally? 12 and 12, that's 24 hours. I mean, I've never eaten like 24 hours a day, because I go to bed and then I wake up. And I never really was one for breakfast, so I could go to bed at 9 o'clock and get up at 9 o'clock, and then from 9 to 9 I can eat. I don't need that much time to get fat. No, I can eat a lot in an hour. But the fat that I'm eating, it is taking away my appetite. I just love it so much. And I'm sure I'm getting tons of calories because I'm eating a lot of that clarified butter that I make, and I'm getting just the animal fat, plus I eat my meat. My meat isn't too fatty. The patties that I cook, I keep all the fat from that. The bacon that I cook, I keep all the fat. I keep anything, any kind of fat. And then I scrape that, and then I put it into a bowl with clarified butter, and I let that melt. And now I have gotten into the habit of adding sometimes a little bit of cayenne pepper. It's so fucking good. And then I let that get hard. I break that up into pieces, and then you see me putting it in my meal the next day. And I'm usually good for 2 or 3 days with what I make. And then I just keep all the fat as I'm going along so I don't run out. If I run out, I just eat clarified butter. Okay, I think I've talked enough. What do you think? Please follow me on Facebook. And now, my new thing, I'm going to try posting some exclusive content on my Facebook page too. Right now, I've been posting fun kind of stuff for some. Rocket has posts on my Facebook profile, and he lets you know how his life is going. And I post my meals, but I think that might change. I don't know. I can ask people, do you want me to still post this? If enough people say yes, I'll continue to do it. And sometimes I'll have like, would you rather questions, things like that. But I would like to have something on my Facebook page because I'm monetized now, and now I want to start testing how my page would perform as opposed to my profile. So I'm experimenting with that, and yeah, I'm enjoying that I'm picking up more affiliate stuff like I used to have. I always want something new going on. Right now, I'm not so much into the fabric. I am still doing my auctions. Those I was depressed about because I don't have a camera for close-ups. I can use my phone in a pinch. I can still use this as long as I'm willing to just try to guess if I'm getting the fabric in the picture. You know, I'm hoping one of those cameras can take some close-ups, and I'm just putting that off, and I don't want to. I need to get that done. I need to get my camera situation fixed, and then I'm sure I will be back into wanting to sell fabric, because it's not fun to take pictures if you can't just do it. I hate the picture taking process and the editing and all that. I hate that anyway, but having to throw in that I can't take good pictures, clear pictures, and that I have to struggle with a broken camera or a phone. You know, I have to remember that I said and told you guys that I need to make some changes, and I'm trying really hard to stick to that and do only what I want, when I want. And if that means some things don't get done, they're just not going to get done. I've been doing a video per day all year. This is 2026. And this is the last day of July, so I've done pretty good. I think I can do that for the rest of the year. It's something that I want to do. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. I hope I have fun tonight. That would be nice. Yesterday was stressful, not just for me, but for Joe. And I'm just anxious for us to go talk about his meds, and maybe he'll need a different med. Or I don't want an increase in meds. I hate that he's on any meds. But whatever. I mean, I have to do whatever the psychiatrist thinks is best, right? And that's the reason we're going there. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back with more soon. Bye. Oh yeah, find my Facebook links. I'll link to both of those things now in the description of this video. And do check out my auctions. And the link is in the description of this video.